Okay, welcome back. This is part 2 of how to sell training to companies. And look, if you didn't watch part 1, please click on that link in the description below. Go watch part 1 first, and we're gonna pick up here with part 2. So for those of you who are here for part 2, we're gonna dive in now to your shortest path to cash flow. Okay, and step 3 is to connect with real decision makers. We already shared with you some of those job titles that you're looking for, but your shortest path to cash flow is to get in front of those decision makers. So here are 3 ways to do it. First and foremost, you want to look for the ideal companies and organizations that are right in your backyard. That proximity is going to be a huge advantage to you, not just being able to physically go meet with them, but even knowing people also in your backyard who might already have a connection to those leaders who could make a strategic introduction for you. You can also leverage your existing professional network. I can't tell you how many times we have a conversation with someone who just joins our Bold House Collective, and we realize just how much money and opportunity they are sitting on, but they simply don't know how to really activate their existing network. And last but not least, your current and past clients. Don't assume just because a leader or an organization has worked with you already that they already know all the training topics that you're available to train on. This happens all the time, let's say for leadership coaches, and they think, well, I coach people all the time on influence and presence and diffusing conflict, so of course I could deliver a training on those topics. But look, if you haven't actually told the decision makers that you have training workshops or courses designed on those topics, they don't know. And the number one way that decision makers like to learn about the service offerings that the experts that they have a relationship can provide is not by reading your website. It's by having a conversation with you. So if you haven't told them, this is your call to action to do that right now. Now, you might be thinking training is a great service offering to add to your business, and you're also thinking, how in the world am I going to have time to build training content? And I get that, because it can take anywhere from 24 to 36 hours of time just to build 1 hour of training content that is really designed to meet the adult learner and their needs. So know this. You can buy white label training content in the marketplace that you can customize and use as your own. And we actually offer this ourselves. It's something called Workshop Sunday, and it's white label training content that's already done. It's been proven with Fortune 500 brands, and you can actually use it with your own clients. You can simply customize it to your own branding, put your logo on it, make any customizations you want, and have content that is ready to go. So that's a great accelerator that you can use if you don't have time to build the content, but you see the opportunity right in front of you. Now, here's the big mistake I promised to share with you. And I have watched experts like coaches and consultants and service providers lose 12 to 24 months or more in lost time and revenue, and still at the end of those 2 years, not have something that's marketable. Please do not build an online training course for a training that you have not delivered to at least a dozen clients live in person. Everything that you think you're going to teach, the way that that information is received will change dramatically after you've been in a real meeting space, a real room with 10, 20, 30, 40 employees or leaders delivering that content. Where they get confused, where they get lost, the questions that they ask, the group exercises that work versus don't work. All of that is information you absolutely need to have before you build an online training program. And listen, I'm just going to tell it to you straight right now. There are a lot of online training companies that will promise you the world and convince you to get in that studio and start building that training. And at the end of a year or even 2 years, when you've built that entire training and you take it out to companies, it's not going to be where it needs to be. You're not going to have the proof points, the results, the anecdotes, and the feedback from delivering to real clients. So please, don't build an online training course until you've worked with at least 12 different organizations delivering, fine-tuning, and perfecting that training workshop or that training course. Here's the thing. I want you to sell more than just one workshop to an organization. I want you selling entire courses because that's going to mean more transformation for the organization and more revenue for you. So I've dropped a link right below that's going to walk you through the steps on how to sell an entire course to an organization. Go click on that link now and I will meet you there.